Hello everyone, welcome back to 70s and 80s talk. Once again, it has been a while. Seems like a common theme, that with me. Um, so yeah, I'm back. I'm going to be doing 3 reviews that I've wrote up. Some of them I wrote a while ago. I just haven't got around to doing the videos. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So yeah, this album I'm going to be reviewing today is an album by Dio. A lot of the music I am really into from sort of the 70s and 80s has come from my dad and my brother. Quite a lot from my brother, what he's had on in cars and just been playing throughout my life, and I picked up on that, and that's where I've gotten that love for that time of music. And he's always been quite into Dio, and I've never really got into him. I've tried a few times, but then sort of in the last year or so, I've tried again, and I've actually got really into Dio. So that's why I'm here now reviewing one of his albums, and it is one of the big ones, one of the famous ones. It is Holy Diver, which was released in 1983, so early 80s. Chart-wise, it reached number 13 in the UK and 56 in the US Billboard 200. So not too bad. Obviously now, again, I've talked about this before, how albums become more popular with time as new generations find it as well. So there was a few songs on here that when I reviewed it, I already knew. Now actually, since writing this review, I've listened to all these a fair few times now. It's a very strong album. It's a very strong album. I'll talk a bit more about that as I go through and at the end. So number 1 is Stand Up and Shout. It's got a very strong riff running throughout the song. This riff. The drums are very constant with those fierce bangs in there, but with quick flicks of change as well in there. Then we have the guitar solo in there, which is really good. It's certainly a strong start to the album, this song. But I think for me, the standout sort of sound in this song is the drums. It's just such a killer sound that they produce and sort of just make the song what it is. So number 2 is Holy Diver. Surely most people have heard this song, especially if you're into sort of rock music. It's a very intriguing sound before the music even really starts, and then boom, you get that it starts basically. And you've got to turn it up at that point. The guitar and drums are rather fierce. You've got those bursts of bass guitar in there, which are really well placed, I think. And then, of course, Dio comes in telling this story through the lyrics with such a character in his voice, which you can really hear. Obviously, it's a massive song for Dio, and for obvious reasons. The drums, again, though, are very good, very good. They're on a level in some places with the same sort of volume of Dio's vocals as well, which is interesting, but it works. Like, sort of, I'm trying to explain a bit more with that. So normally, like, the drums would be more in the background, the vocals would be higher up on top there, but it's sort of, they're in line, and it's again, you don't really notice these things. Well, personally, I don't notice these things until I really review and listen to these songs, and that's something that I picked up on, but it does work. It does. The solo works really well. Guitar solo, that is. It's placed really well in the song. And also with this song, the lyrics are quite easy to pick up. They're catchy. And you can sing along to them. So number 3 is Gypsy. There's a few bands and artists that have got songs called Gypsy. So you've got clashes of sound to start, and you've got Dio yelling. It's a perfect introduction to the song. So he's singing and yelling Gypsy after that yell. Again, it's appropriate for what the song is about. It's very intense, which for me, I really like those intense, really heavy rock sounding songs, heavy metal. The verses flow very well into the chorus with this song. Again, the solo works very well. There's parts where the guitar reminds me a bit of the riff of in Don't Fear the Reaper, just a little bit, just little sounds that just remind me a bit of it, just ever so slightly, not really strongly. It's a good song. and it is a one that gets stuck in your head, I'd say, as well. So number 4 is Caught in the Middle. I love Caught in the Middle. I listen to this song all the time. Just that the sound of it and the feeling it gives you when you listen to it, I just think it's brilliant. I really like the start of it. It reminds me a bit of a Scorpion sort of sound. There's it is a really good song, I think, and the writing in this whole album is done very well, and I'll talk a bit more about that later on. There is different writings though, in each song, sort of thing, compared to other artists and how they would write songs, and it just creates these sort of easy sort of to pick up songs, and the lyrics rhyme well, not like sort of what you would expect in the charts today, definitely not, where it's really good songwriting. One example I will throw where this person does actually write really good songs is Sam Fender. If you haven't listened to Sam Fender and you really like 70s and 80s music, and you really like them because of the quality of the lyrics, and you think that's lacking in today's music, which it is, I would recommend Sam Fender because he is a really good songwriter. Yeah, definitely would recommend him. So where was I at? Yeah, so Dio's writing is definitely very clever. You can tell there's a lot of thought and time that's been put into writing those lyrics, and I really do like this one. Like I said, I can't emphasize that enough of how I really do love this song. It's very easy to picture when you're listening to these songs, to paint a scene in your mind, which is an amazing thing. What a vocalist he was! What a vocalist! So number 5, and a writer as well. Number 5 is Don't Talk to Strangers. So this song is a bit different. Each song is different on this album, but they do tell a story. Each one does, though. So the lyrics, again, really good, really good. The song drops in tempo very quickly, almost like a pause, but not quite, and I like that. I like that in songs. Definitely adds variation. Another thing, these songs are very well produced. They are. Everything works so well, everything's timed well, everything's put in place where it's supposed to be, nothing's weird or you think, well, why is that there, sort of thing. So these set of 5 songs was side 1 back in the day, and I can't think of anything that's they shouldn't have done this. This could have been. I like all of them, I really do. So side 2, sometimes I will just continue the songs, like I'll just say like 10 songs. Sometimes I'll start side 2 1. In this case I wrote side 2 1. So first song on side 2, Straight Through the Heart. Again, the lyrics are mind blowing of how he's wrote these lyrics. They're really good, and you might not really fully know that unless you really listen to it. And I would definitely recommend that, even if you are a Dio fan, just really listen out with those lyrics because they are really good, and it is a story in each one. The guitar riff reminds me of something, but I couldn't quite think what it was. I really like the screeching bits of guitar in that song. Number 2 is Invisible, another song name that quite a few artists use. I like the start. Again, it's very different. It's quite magical. This song is the word I'd use to describe it. The guitar, brilliant. I'd describe the guitar solo, it's like a bubbling sort of sound because it's just sort of, it just keeps giving and it's going up and down sort of thing. Insane, really good. 3 is Rainbow in the Dark, another classic Dio song. It's unique, definitely. The start, the whole song, Ronnie's vocals, it's a brilliant song. The riff is really good, very well written. I think there's keys in there as well. I think it's such a special song. And that classic Lookout that he sings as well is in there. So number 4 is Shame on the Night, bass guitar, was the standout for me in this song. Brilliant. I love hearing bass guitar. There's so many elements that make up this song, Shame on the Night. It's another good song. I'd say it's a bit theatrical, especially towards the end, but it's alright. I'm not that big of a fan of theatrical songs, but it's sort of on a level for me that's fine. So overall, what an album. What an album. Insane writing. And the drummer, I had to have a look at who this drummer was. It's Vinny Appice, I believe. Really good. Really good. So when I was sort of reading up on the album and reading a bit about Ronnie or Dio, how he would, when he was writing songs, he would essentially write a story, and that's how he wrote the songs. And I find that fascinating, I really do. I think that's a brilliant way to songwrite, and quite unique actually. And it's certainly paid off doing it, and he started off writing a story which is then a song. But obviously I think he probably had the intention of writing a song as well, and it really does show in every single one of these songs of how well written they are, and how you really can hear and picture that scene, that story, and it just adds another level to the songs. And I've said it before, when you look at songwriters today, it's very hard to match sort of legends like Ronnie Dio. No, I've mentioned Sam Fender there. There is, like I say, there is some gems now. In modern times there is, but overall, yeah. And it is sad that he's not here anymore. It makes you think, what else would he have done, sort of thing. Also, I always like pointing out Vivian Campbell in the music videos to some of these songs. He is on there, very, very young Vivian Campbell. I'm a big fan of his work over the years. Obviously he's in Def Leppard now. He's had a brilliant career. So yeah, that is Holy Diver. I definitely want to review some more albums. If you've got any recommendations, or if you would like to see me review some Dio albums, please let me know and I'll have a look into that. So the next review I will be doing is a Journey album. Big fan of Journey in our house, and it's going to be Raised on Radio. So thank you for watching, everyone. Take care now. Bye bye.